Talk about your goal. What were you thinking as you went down there?
I don't know. I think we should talk about the no pass on the 2-on-0 is what we should be talking about. But yeah, I mean it was one of those things. I don't know. As soon as I kind of faked it and faked like I was gonna come across, he just opened up a little bit, and I don't know. Sometimes you close your eyes and a blind squirrel can find a nut, I guess.
Talk a little bit about now the streak. I mean, this is another big win for you guys, and it seems like there's more and more confidence and it's gelling. I mean, in the last 3 games, talk about how this is going well.
Yeah, no, it was one of those things. Obviously, you lose your 2 starting goaltenders, and it's we're not gonna come in here and put it on Carly or Mills when they were here. So it's one of those things. I thought obviously you bring in a guy like Copes, and who's arguably maybe the best in the league, and with a tandem with Vitek, it's a pretty good 1-2 punch. So. It's one of those things. When you have those guys in the net, you play with a little bit more confidence, and you see Copes obviously stops Cons on the breakaway, and I think that's a little bit of a turning point there too. And a couple big saves on a couple other breakaways there, and power play PK. So those are the ones that really help out the momentum in a game, and whether they have it or we're trying to get it back. So. Yeah, I think it's a really good question. For us, it was one of those things. We knew we had a good team, and that's the frustrating part. I think about it was there were some games that we played well enough to win, and we didn't win. And those are probably the toughest ones when you walk out of the rink knowing that, hey, we played a pretty good game tonight, and we just we just couldn't get the bounces or whatever it is, and that happens. And that's a good team across the way that we played tonight. So, we know that. We knew we were right there, and obviously with the win tonight, it kind of solidifies the room that we have the ability to play with those top end teams, and I think the other night in Wilkes, and we have them again tomorrow. So, playing as many good teams in our division that we do, it's knowing that we're right there is a huge step for us.
What do you think this team's done, to tighten up things from a technical standpoint, kind of get things?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, you look at how many young guys we have on the back end, and even up front, you bring in some new faces and guys that haven't, maybe that have played in the league, but not necessarily in our organization with our system. So, when you have some new guys and new faces, it does take a little bit of adjustment period. Maybe it was a little bit longer than what we would have liked it to be, but we really haven't changed much. We've stuck with our system, and Troy's put that in place. And other than that, we've played some good games, and we just haven't been able to come out on top of those.
What is it about Troy's system that makes things effective? He has a long track record for the past few years.
Yeah. No, I think he gives the ability to play offense. I think that's something that we've preached here the last few years. With, I know that everybody gives it to us and especially to Troy and the coaching staff about grade A opportunities, but at the end of the day, when you look at the NHL nowadays, it's pretty tough, and in our league too. But it's pretty tough to score one-on-one with a goalie from outside the top of the circle. It just doesn't happen. So, if you can keep that goalie cool and not feeling the puck and not feeling great about himself, that backdoor pass isn't as easy. So, I think he's done a great job of letting the skill guys, obviously Chris and Boyder and Simmer and those guys play their game. But with that being said, I think defensively we're pretty tight as well. So, I think that's for us, that's it in a nutshell.
You guys won the week already, but the week's not over yet. How do you make sure your foot stays on the gas and you guys go into tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at the hole we climbed out of early on, and we've kind of been in that situation that we need these. Tonight gets us back to 500, and we needed those wins. We needed those wins this past 2-3 weeks to put us in a situation where we can get back to 500. And tomorrow night we got the opportunity to move one up, and we got to catch those teams at the top. And I'm not saying tomorrow night we're going to go out and catch Wilkes or Lehigh, but those division games are essentially what those are 4-point games. So when you can rack up as many of those as you can, and it puts you in a pretty good spot at the end of the year.
Well, when it's all said and done, do you think your team will be better for having this limited experience early in the season with these young guys? And I mean, if you go right off the bat and start winning games, maybe the rookies don't know what it's like, and you go in a mid-season slump.
Yeah, no, for sure. We didn't have the start we wanted, but like I said, there were some good things that we were doing. That led us to believe that we had the ability to compete with those teams and do good things. So, if you look at anybody's season, whether it's the season we went to the finals, obviously the year that they won, there's definitely bumps in the road, and if someone's going to stand up here and tell you that to have success, it's going to be a red road all the way up through, and it's going to be great. That's a lie. So there's always bumps in the road. Whether I know it's not going to be our last, and I would be naive to stand here and tell you that we're going to go the rest of the season without another a little bit of a bump. So I think the best thing for us is we were able to pull out some games and get some points in some games that we were down, and show some character that way, and put ourselves in a situation where now we're back to 500. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.